inspire.
Welcome back to the Kidney Stone Diet Podcast, the show about reducing your kidney stone risk and living your best life. I'm your host and fellow student, Jeff Saris.
And I'm Jill Harris, your kidney stone prevention nurse. Hello.
I love when we get serenaded right up top.
Sometimes you have so much joy in your heart, you just have to sing.
Absolutely.
Sometimes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I just love your setup there. Like, everything looks so nice. Like, 'cause I'm in my office shooting from a different angle, and I'm like, I really need to step up how it looks behind me here. Because I love with the Christmas tree, all the art or photos or everything and everything.
Yeah, it's art and photos, yes. And I love art. I love all art. And that tree, my son and I got it. There's, I live in a city, so there's a Hoosie right down the block. Everything's right down the block. So this it's small here. So I'm like, how the hell are we going to get a tree in here? Not very Christian of me, swear in the middle of that, but whatever. So I'm like, and it was like, Luke had just died and I was kind of sad. And he's like, let's go get a Christmas tree. I said, okay, let's go get one. And I'm like, but how are we going to get one? It's never going to fit. He's like, let's just go, old lady, shut up. We went. And it was just all these big trees. And then there's this sweet little tree. And it fit perfectly back there. And it's live because I usually have a small artificial one. Mm-hmm. But it was just, everything was perfect. And then we decorated it. And there you go. It's just beautiful.
Yeah,
I love
great.
Christmas trees. I don't know why we don't have them all year long. Why wouldn't we?
I mean, that would be fun. Yeah,
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah. But yeah, it's awesome. I didn't realize that it was a real one, but it does fit the space just perfectly.
I know. I'm very excited about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this week we are going to do just a frequently asked question instead of the listener calls, but we'll be back to that next week. But this week we were going to talk about, let me grab it right here. So we're going to talk about eggs. So the question being, can I eat eggs when I have kidney stones?
Okay. Can they eat eggs? Yes, you can eat eggs.
Okay, done.
We're done. The end. Da, 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 da. Yeah, look. So people will say, I have to watch how much meat protein I'm eating every day. I don't want to overdo that. So I want to get my protein from egg whites or eggs. So yes, you can eat eggs, but I'm going to say what I always say, people. Does that mean that you can eat 20 eggs a day? And you're going to be like, well, Jill, you're being you're exaggerating. But if you heard what I heard every single day, you would understand why I always say something and then explain it. Because when people find foods that they can eat, meaning it works for their medical history, it works for their weight, it works for their food sensitivities, when it works for the kidney stone diet, when it falls into what they're looking for, they tend to overeat that food over and over and over in any amount they want. And that's where we get into trouble. So, can you eat eggs? Yes. I have a higher cholesterol in my family. So if I ate too many eggs, my cholesterol would shoot up. It's already high for somebody who I barely get any cholesterol in my diet, and I exercise like crazy. So, some of us just genetically are predisposed to certain things. And so eating eggs may not work for you. So can you eat eggs on the kidney stone diet? Yes, you can. But again, I'm going to say eat everything within moderation. That means I don't want you to have a 3-egg omelet every day. Yes, I know what I'm asking is a little out of the norm, meaning people find their regimen and they stick to it. Think like this. Jill, I've eaten oatmeal every day for 20 years. I say that example all the time because I hear that on the daily. All the time I hear that. Jill, I've been eating blueberries and oatmeal every day for 20 years. All right, Henry, could you please add something else to that mix? Even if you ate oatmeal 6 days a week and 2 eggs on Sunday, can we get some variety in our diet? That's what I'm looking for. A wide variety of food all within moderation. So when you go to the store and you see all that produce, stop buying corn. I barely consider that a vegetable, by the way. Okay, so stop eating the corn every day, or stop eating string beans every day. By the way, they're a little higher in oxalate. Pay attention to that. And so, what were we talking about,
Jeff? No, look, we're talking about eggs, but yeah, just in general, just.
Oh yeah, eggs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, eggs. So eggs. So yes, you can have them. But I say all that because people then do all kinds of crazy things. So look, I probably have eggs. First of all, sometimes I have an egg white smoothie. So and it's protein powder. And so even though people are always like, Jill says no to protein powder, I don't. If it fits into your daily needs, sometimes I don't get enough protein. And so I will use an egg white protein powder. But I'm not eating 5 eggs a day. That's not how I'm meeting my protein needs. I will have eggs maybe once a week, and that protein powder maybe once a week. Okay. Otherwise, I'm meeting my protein needs through a lot of different foods. I do eat about 6 ounces of meat a day. That's what works for my goals. You have to look at your goals on my website at kidneystonediet.com. The blog will give you how to calculate your meat protein goals. Everyone's different depending upon their weight. So I eat about 6 ounces of meat a day. I will eat some eggs here and there. I will eat, what else do I eat? I'll eat some beans. Are they higher in oxalate? Yes. So I'm watching the portion size on that. I will eat some edamame. That's a good way to get protein too. There's all kinds of ways to get protein. You can get some through vegetables. So notice it. I know that people want to eat eggs because it's an easy breakfast and it is a very nice way to get protein, but it doesn't mean you should be eating as much as you want of these things. Am I clear on that? Because what people do to meet protein needs is just outrageous nowadays. Okay. So you don't have to be doing all that you're doing. Get normal amounts of protein. And so the meat protein is different than total protein. So your meat protein, if you eat meat, is a part of your total protein needs. Some people will say, well, Jill said to limit meat protein, and they just extrapolate that out and think they should limit all protein. That is not true. We worry about excess meat protein in the kidney stone diet because then it can lower your urine pH, it can lower your citrate, and it can increase your uric acid. That's why we worry about it. So it's a little complicated. And if you want to find out about things like that, I never plug my stuff. Jeff does. But you should do a 15-minute call with me. And that's where we can go over your urine analysis. And I can prep you for your doctor office visit so you understand what it all means. But overeating meat protein can lead to increased uric acid and lower the citrate and pH. Eggs will not bother those things, but that does not mean you can have as many eggs as you want, especially if you do have cholesterol issues. And one more thing, Jeff, there are a lot of studies that say now that, food cholesterol is not increasing your cholesterol. So I just want to say that there's so many misleading studies on cholesterol right now. Quite frankly, I don't even know what to believe. I just know genetically I rank higher on the cholesterol, no matter what my diet is and how I eat. So I believe those latest studies. Not that anybody cares what I believe, but I'm just saying, seems right to me.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. And from my experience too, it seems in line with things, but yeah, I mean, that's a slightly separate topic, but you mentioned the diversity, and that is such an important aspect of the kidney stone diet. And a lot of people are like, how do I change it up? So that's why we actually have the kidney stone diet meal plans. So if you head over to kidneystonediet.com, Jill has a program that you can sign up for. It's a monthly meal plan. Every week you actually get your full meal plan with a bunch of inspiration on what you can eat in any given week. We don't expect that you eat those exact things in that week, but this just shows you the immense opportunity that's out there. And Jill has created all of these recipes from scratch. They are phenomenal and amazing photos. Like every time I look at the photos, I'm like, I gotta step up my game there because it's just everything looks so good and it's so tasty. And you poured everything into this.
I have, and the great thing about it is, again, I'm always going to say there's a lot of education with each recipe too. It explains why I use the ingredients I did. And the fact that, look, you all think that you have nothing to eat. I hear that all day too, but you don't. There's so much you can eat. And the meal plan, which you get, I don't know, I always forget how much it is, meaning how many recipes. I mean, they're getting, 30 recipes a week. Even if you just got it for 1 month, it's 30 times 4. It's 100. It's a lot of recipes for the month, whatever. I'm not a mathematician. Anyway, it just shows you why I love the meal plan. Is it shows you, look, you can eat so many things. It's not like I'm not eating all kinds of stuff. And I also follow this diet. So I know that what you're thinking and what it really is, 2 totally different things, right? So a wide variety of food, people, in normal portion amounts. A lot of you got to the place where you are with kidney stones only because you were eating the same 5 really high oxalate foods in all the time in large quantities because you didn't know any better until you got a stupid stone. And so then when you rein it all back and you finally find somebody screaming on the internet like me telling you, look, you can have all those healthy foods if you stop, except spinach and almonds, if you stop eating 5 cups of beans a day. You could have half a cup of beans, 5 cups too much, along with no calcium and not getting enough fluids and all the other aspects of the kidney stone diet.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it's just a wonderful service along with everything else that you have there. But it's just it's so valuable because, and people, like you've said, people have been asking for that for years to have recipes and things. Yes. And every month we're adding new recipes. So it's constantly expanding and there's new options out there. But yeah, while you're at kidneystonediet.com, if you check that out, also check out the prevention course, sign up for the weekly newsletter. And actually, if you have a question that you want Jill to answer on a future episode, the number again is 773-789-8763. And we'd love to hear from you and feature your question in the future. But
yes, and also please subscribe to our channel. Mm-hmm. We ask every week, and we're asking you because then people can find us faster than all the other junk that's not even true. So please, it doesn't mean anything for you. When I watch my YouTube favorites, they ask to subscribe, and I always do because now that I do it, I understand what it means. It means that you can be pulled up when people Google kidney stone or whatever. I'll come up faster than some crazy person on the internet telling you the wrong thing. So please subscribe. That's what I would like you to do for my Christmas present, people.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, thanks again for listening, and we will see you next time.
Bye, guys. Thanks, Jeff.